Hi everyone. Welcome to Antoine Anonymous. And what that is a live stream that I really try to do every week about addiction, about recovery, and everything in between, and mental health. You don't need to be an addict to suffer from mental health issues, but addiction for sure isn't within the scope of mental health. Let me put me, let me put my gold chain for this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Volume higher. Make sure you guys hear me. Oh, Hussam, right on time. You at the gym again. Good stuff. Did you do your prayers, Hussam, today? I'm sure you did. For sure you did. I'm good. I had a nice Thanksgivings with my family here. And back home. Oh, Randy. Hello. Hello. Um, yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving weekend. Came back yesterday. Always nice to be back in my stuff, honestly. But yes, Randy, we're gonna have a nice little Antoine Anonymous live stream slash meeting. It's Thanksgivings for Canadians. Sorry, I have to point it out. In Canada, our Thanksgivings is like a month before you guys. I don't know why it's like that, but that's how it is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, in Quebec, honestly, when I was living in Quebec with my mom, we didn't even really do Thanksgivings over there. Maybe it was just my family. It's not as popular in Quebec. So when I came into Ontario, my wife Taylor, she's been doing this Thanksgiving tradition her whole life. They've had this cottage for over 30 years, so we go there. We spin a little bird over the fire, turkey, and there's a whole thing. So it's morning prayers at 5:40 Danish time. It's 3:15 a.m. now. Wait, why are you up so? Why are you up during the night? Who sums in the gym at night? But I guess your morning prayer is going to be post workout. Well, good job. All right. Well, to focus, to really refocus the start the meeting there. I'm gonna do this serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Randy, you better set that in your head. You better set it. You know what's up. Great prayer. If everyone would follow that saying slash prayer slash slogan, whatever you want to call it, they would live a better life. So, great stuff, great stuff. All right, well, we have 7 viewers right now. We have Randy, we have Hussam. So I don't know if there's new people here right now, but how it works is I share my experience, strength, and hope, and I talk about my recovery, about my past of addiction, how I'm staying clean, how I got clean, all that type of stuff. We read the Just for Today together. Then I give my input as I read what it means to me. Obviously, this is personal. What something means to me could mean something different to you. But the most important thing is the chat. So if at any time you have a question about recovery, about your recovery, or something directed to me, right there in the chat, you can say it, and I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability. How's that? And the goal of this is just to oh, I clipped here. The goal of this is just to spread the good message. You know, try to spread some good in the world. With everything being crazy in social media, so devising. You know, I heard online somewhere, some guy said the the really evil thing, the truly evil thing in the world is not like something from the left or from the right or whatever. It's anything that divides people that is Satan or evil, whatever you want to call it. Anything that divides is evil, and everything that unites people is good. All right? And you know what? One thing's for sure, addiction doesn't care about your religion. Addiction doesn't care if you're left-leaning or if you're right-leaning. Addiction doesn't care if you're black. Addiction doesn't care if you're white. Addiction doesn't care if you're gay or whatever, right? So the cool thing about all that is that addiction can actually unite us in a sense. You know, especially recovery, right? Because usually you only start hanging out with people that are trying to do good if you are trying to get clean. So this is what we're doing here. Manuel, what's up? Good evening. Aleste Calfield. But black metal is Krieg. Is Krieg. Du bist Krankenkopf. Will says, hi, Antoine. Thank you for this. Yeah, no problem, man. Perfect, Randy. You said it. All right, so what I'm going to do now, since we got a good amount of viewers, it would be a good time to maybe talk about how I deal, because it was Thanksgiving's here, right? And I don't know, nobody drank last weekend, but sometimes there will be events where if you're trying to stay clean, and some people, like sometimes like, oh, it's Christmas time, everybody in your family is an alcoholic, you're an alcoholic trying to get clean, trying to get sober. Well, that's kind of hard, right? You don't have a choice to go around places and people and things that makes you want to drink or do drugs, and sometimes you can't avoid it. Well, my trick is this. Let's say if it's just a restaurant and your friends are going out, they're going to drink at the restaurant, it triggers you. The cool thing with one of the best things in my recovery, honestly, is let's say if there's like a dinner that I have to go to, I really don't want to be there. I could go there, and then we talk, and then if there's one person that starts drinking, or there was a guy like one time he was rolling a joint on my table. I hate weed. I don't care about weed. I never cared. It doesn't trigger me. But I told my other friends, like, oh, guys, like these guys are like, they have like drugs on them, and they're drinking. It's a little bit triggering for me. I was going to go home and call it a night for me. That's what I need to do for my recovery. And they'll be like, oh, you're so strong. Oh, we support you. You can leave. In reality, I just didn't want to be there in the first place. So the cool thing is that you can always leave. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or your family. If you're about to like freak the fuck out and do drugs or whatever because of them, you're better off leaving and making them like, if they don't understand, it's their problem. But the cool thing is that if you're open about your recovery, you can talk to family members that you're closer to and share about them, like, hey, I'm going through this. I want to stay clean. This is what I want to do. Just be there with me. Another thing, if you don't have a choice to go somewhere, let's say you have a work thing. You have a work thing, and the work thing is like a gala or whatever, and then everybody drinks. Everybody gets messed up. People are doing lines in the bathroom, whatever it is. Well, it's always good to go with a sober partner. So what that is that you'll have another buddy, guy or girl, whatever, that you, maybe your plus one could be that, or maybe somebody from the work that also doesn't do drugs. Maybe not in recovery, but maybe just doesn't do drugs, or at least won't drink or do drugs that night, that day, and then you can just have that with him. Because the worst thing I find is that if everybody else is drunk, but you, first of all, drunk people are really annoying when you're not drunk. Well, you can't relate with anybody. If you're the only one that's like not high or drunk, you can't relate with anyone. So you'll feel like ostracized a little bit, and then that might what you want to be part of. That might force you, might be more tempting for you to like do drugs and drink, right? And I talk about early in recovery. Now I feel like I could go somewhere, I would be fine, obviously, because I don't want to escape from my life, and I'm really honest with myself. I know that for a fact that if I drink or do drugs, I'm not going to stop. It's never going to stop there. Everybody's going to go home. I'm probably going to go on a bender or something, or even if I shut it down that night, the beast has awoken. Inside my head, it's going to be there, and by myself at some point in the week, at some, or whatever, it's a matter of time, I'm going to relapse and then go again. So, this is why I just stay away from everything, except coffee. See that? Manuel says he's addicted to coffee. Coffee won't really ruin your life. I don't think coffee is going to be the thing that will bring down to, like, make your life unmanageable, that will bring you down to your knees and capitulate and have rock bottom. I've never heard of that. Heiter Adex says, Heiter, I'll just call you Heiter, because, the guy with the, is that a cat? Sphinx? Women are the cause of addiction. Yeah, well, sex is an addiction, and codependency is an addiction too. There's actually like 12-step meetings called Codependent Anonymous or something. I went there by mistake one time. I thought it was an NA meeting. Showed up there, I was like, their readings are a little bit different. It was a CODA, they call it CODA, C-O-D-A, Codependent Anonymous. It's a thing. Yeah, so women, relationships, that can be some people's downfall for sure, right? And sometimes it's all mixed together. Sometimes there's like drugs mixed with codependency in a toxic relationship, and it's a freaking nightmare. But not tonight. Not tonight, my friends. I've been sober for May 28, 2021. So 4 years and some change. So, yeah, we're good. We're good here, day by day. The pump is a cure. The cure is the gym. Yeah, I mean, it is part of my recovery. It is part of, thank you, Will. It's part of my recovery, but it is not my recovery. It's not like what keeps me clean, obviously, because I was already training super hard before, and then it made me, I didn't care. I liked partying way more than training when I was partying. I didn't want to train or sleep when I was like partying. You crazy? I wanted to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Didn't want to go to the gym and train. No way. Didn't want to do that. So, but as soon as I would start my recovery, first day, I would be up on my feet and actually like somewhat conscious and able to make get my body around. I would start training in rehab. Even if it's just like curls with like gallons of water, sometimes just push-ups or anything that's fine and lift it out. I train in every rehab. I train really hard, almost every day, as part of my recovery. Yes, for sure, the family is a great motivation for me, but the family only happened because I got clean. It's one of the miracles and the gifts of my recovery. King V says, I enjoy women, alcohol, and cocaine, but I overdo it and leads to paranoia. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'll give you an example, King V. Tell me if this is you, all right? All right, so you're going to go out with buddies, right? Or you're home with buddies, whatever. You start drinking. You don't plan on doing cocaine. You start drinking. Around 3 beers in, when you start feeling tipsy, then you feel the urge to do cocaine. And then you still want to get the girls and stuff. So then you kind of stop your night, get a dealer, whatever, call the number that you might have deleted before, but you found it again, or you ask somebody, and then you get some blow to your place, or wherever you are. Start doing some rails, and then now your night revolves around trying to balance out the alcohol and the cocaine feeling, to have the right amount of just you're right there in the middle, like balance between the coke and the alcohol. And then the night goes by, you start talking to girls, and then you end up not picking anybody. You go back to your house or somebody's house with your other buddies that are on coke who didn't pick up girls, or and then you're gonna do, or maybe you find a girl that likes to do coke, and then you're gonna do lines on the kitchen table or on the island in the kitchen, and they're gonna talk with people you don't really know, and they're gonna do lines until 5 a.m. Then you'll go home. You still have some coke, so you gotta keep doing blow by yourself. You might go on your phone and check out like some ads of like prostitutes online, to see if you could maybe order a prostitute. Then you just keep scrolling, you keep doing lines, and then you start hearing sounds outside the door. You try to look at the door, then you look outside, and then the sun started coming up, and then you become paranoid. You close the curtains, and then this is where the paranoia starts. This is when it begins. But you can't stop. You keep going until you run out of coke, and then you're like all freaked out by yourself. So King V, is it something like that? Hey, I know what that's like. Obviously, it's like and then you feel like an idiot. You know, so you start the night, you just want to drink and get some girls, and then you end up like paranoid by yourself. Didn't sleep, lost all this money. Yeah, Randy. Yeah, I know, right? It's terrible, terrible. Might have been easier for you to actually get somebody than a lot of us guys, but yeah, for sure, we've been there doing blow with like strangers in the kitchen. And it's like, what am I doing here? You know? So, yeah, that's like, this is where it ends up. So this is why, like, if I would think like, oh, I wish I could do a party like my friends or whatever, and then I just remember that I gotta play the tape till the end, right? I gotta play the tape till the end. It never ends the way I think it's gonna end. It never ends the way I want it to end. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of successful parties in my past that was like, I'm glad I did them because now it's done. There's no way I'm gonna have a midlife crisis because I didn't live my life enough. However, did it. I think I've lived like a few lives in 5 years of partying. But yeah, King V. I don't know if you're related to any of that, but this is how it goes for like an addict usually that's gonna drink and do cocaine. And yeah, and I was even like doing way harder stuff than that. So it got really crazy, really crazy. But not today. Not today, son. Today we're clean, 9:29 p.m. All I gotta do is, wait a couple more hours and then I'll be going to bed clean again. Another day to my roster. But before doing this, let's go through the Just for Today reading together. So, in NA, Narcotic Anonymous, we have this little booklet. It's like a daily reflections. A has the same thing. It's called daily reflections. Us is called Just for Today because the program, like I've just explained a little bit, is that you do it just for today. You wake up, you do the program, you go to bed. That's it. That's all you focus on. And each day has a different little quote from the basic text, which is like the big book of the NA program. All the basic stuff is in there. It's called the basic text, actually. And so it's pretty cool. I like the meetings where we do that. Sometimes the meetings are just this. We read this out loud, right? Somebody will read that, and then we share about it, pretty much. So we're going to do that today. But first, I'm going to look at the little comments here. Been following you for about 14 years. Oh, thanks, Manuel. It's amazing. Putting the days to a beautiful family. Happy. Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're proud of me. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And I always knew it was not going to last my bad times. It just took longer than I thought going back on my feet. And numerous tries. October 14, The End of Loneliness, page 300. With the love that I am shown in Narcotics Anonymous, I have no excuse for loneliness. And the thing is, for those who are not in NA, it's any type of like help group that supports you, that you can relate to, that you feel a part of, that's actually helping you grow as an individual. It doesn't need to be NA. But for me, NA, that's it. It's the only place where I can go and then I know everyone without even knowing them. You know what I mean? I know exactly the kind of people these people are. Exactly like me. Addicts in recovery. I know the pain they felt. I know I know what they went through. And we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to do the same thing. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That makes sense? Meaning that our enemy is addiction. So even if I don't know you, but you're trying to fight addiction, we have something in common together, and we can help each other out, right? And that's how the 12-step program was created. Anyways, it was Bill and Bob who tried to help each other out, and then they were staying clean from alcohol and drugs too. You know, they were addicts too. People don't know that. So, pretty cool, right? And they say that the opposite of addiction is, Randy, you know this, connection. We heard that many times in NA. So, with addiction comes isolation. Even if you use with people, I was using with people always. I always tried to use with people because I was using people to get my high too, if you know what I mean. But I was still isolating myself from all my friends in the bodybuilding world, all my family. I was running away from these people and running away to people who served me a purpose in that time. And so yeah, I was isolating myself from my real life. So, and then in NA and in recovery, I can end that loneliness and I feel connected to the real world again. So that's good. But it says here, with the love that I am shown. So we've been shown love in NA. There's no excuse for loneliness, right? Because people love you. Like, you go in an NA meeting, people are going to give you hugs. You don't even know them. So people are already showing you love just by you being there. Where else is this going to happen? At church, maybe? I don't know. Let's keep reading. Addiction is a lonely disease. We may be surrounded by people, but sooner or later, our addiction drives a wedge between us and even our close loved ones, especially the close loved ones for me, right? I didn't want people to know I was like doing all this crazy stuff, so I wouldn't tell them. And then the more I was on drugs, more often, like every day, like bouts there was bouts I was doing every day for like months, right? Yeah, that's why the meetings are good, right? But yeah, it would drive a wedge between us and the close loved ones. Many of us are driven to Narcotics Anonymous by desperate loneliness. Yeah, I can see that. It's like you feel like you're all by yourself now. Nobody's there for you anymore. You know, because you pretty much pushed them away. Because who wants to see somebody they love destroy themselves? That's hurtful, right? You know, like a lot of times, like, that's why they have these meetings. Al-Anon and Nar-Anon is like, they have 12-step meetings for friends and families of addicts. It's so hard to be a family member or a friend of an active person in addiction, a person in active addiction, that they create a whole program just to support them. And it's pretty much what it says is that, oh, let go. You can't control them, let it go, which is really hard. So mothers will kick their sons out of their house, you know, and then the son will go in the street and keep doing drugs. It's really horrible, right? And then at some point, maybe it's horrible enough for them to be willing to make a change. Next paragraph. Though we may approach the rooms of NA with caution and suspicion, we are welcome with a hug. That's why I said, see that? We are welcome with a hug, a smile, and a warm, keep coming back. Ooh. Randy here is saying, remembering when alcohol was my only friend, as dramatic as that sounds. Just got to the point of drinking alone in my apartment, thinking isolation and alcohol was the answer. Yeah, it's like you don't want to be a bother for anybody else, or people don't understand, people piss you off, or they're just trying to control you, right? They just remind you that you're not supposed to do this thing, and you want to keep doing it, so you end up doing what you want without bothering anyone, which is pretty much by yourself, right? So I get that, Randy, 100%. Though we may approach the rooms of NA with caution and suspicion, we are welcome with a hug, a smile, and a warm keep coming back. This may be the first place we have felt welcome in a long, long while. We watch other members talking and laughing, leaving the meeting in groups for more talk at the local coffee shop. We wonder if we too could be a part of this loving bunch. It kind of sounds funny. It sounds a little bit like hippie. But there's a lot of love in there, honestly. Like, there's I've helped newcomers. I didn't even know I would I would do a big effort, like for 2 or 3 weeks, try to really get them into the program, drive them around, get their numbers, make sure they're okay, and just like be there for them. And then once they would stick and realize that the program is good for them, I would kind of like let them go, like a little bird flapping its own wings, you know. So, yeah, I've helped people I don't even know because of this program, and it feels good, honestly. And obviously, there's sometime you will help someone, and like uh, like Danny Boy, Danny Boy, if you're out there somewhere, hope you're doing good. Hope you're not dead. Danny Boy, help Danny Boy, but didn't work out. That I know of. Maybe he moved somewhere else and he's doing good. That would be the best. Jake says he loves these meetings. Yeah, man, they're good. They're good. I didn't go this weekend because of Thanksgiving, so at least I got this right now. It's kind of like a meeting where it's like a speaker meeting almost because I'm speaking. Um, let's keep let's keep reading. Our pattern of isolation can make it difficult for us to join in. The pattern of isolation. So we're used to being isolated, right? Sometimes it can be difficult to get over that. And it's true. The first meetings that I would go after, like going to Bender, I don't want to talk to anybody. I feel like shit. So I would just go in the back room, pick a chair, put it in the back of the room, just sit there with my arms crossed and just like try not to make any eye contact with anybody because I felt terrible. And then I thought, I made it about myself. People think I'm rude, this and that. I was still self-centered, playing the victim in my head. You know what I mean? Being self-centered doesn't mean you're cocky and you're walking around like you're the shit. It's also, you can, if you're just hating yourself, depressed, and you think the world's out to get you, that's still self-centered, even if it's super negative. You know what I mean? But yeah, at first I was like that. So now when I see somebody like that, that's like really like down and out, just like looking like in a really, really bad mood, you know, you do the bare minimum. You give them a, hey man, nice to see you here, whatever. You just keep the door open there, and then with time, they will get better. Like with me, with time, now I go to the meetings. It's like it's easy for me, right? So, oh, Ian Oliver, what's up, man? Yeah, that's my client. Really good transformation before and after. Ian Oliver's the best. He had a great transformation, physical transformation, and also probably like mental too. Maybe Ian can tell us a little bit about that. Maybe Ian had addiction, experience with with either family members or whatever. Because we all know somebody who was addicted, or even a lot of us actually know somebody who passed away from addiction. But not tonight, not tonight. So I'm just reading just for today here. Let's keep reading that. Our pattern of isolation can make it difficult for us to join in. Over time, however, we begin to feel a part of rather than apart from. Oh. Soon, when we walk into the rooms, we feel at home. We begin to make friends and our lives start to change. Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of us started using because I always felt I was different, even though we're all humans on Earth. We're all gonna come back to dust. Whatever. If you zoom out as far enough, we're all the same thing, right? But for me, as a kid, I always felt like I was different, and I couldn't really fit in any category. I see these people that were popular at the at school and stuff, and I wasn't. I was shy. I was different. I was into this weird martial arts stuff, and yeah, I was training already like a maniac at the end of high school, every day, and yeah, didn't fit anywhere. And then that always, I still have this feeling. I always, was with me, inside me, the void, this, that, and I could go on about that. And when I started doing drugs, I couldn't feel that anymore. You go to a rave, you do some drugs, everybody loves each other. Like this is great. I thought it was great at first, right? Um, but then it's like I kind of rely on that to feel good in my life. That was the main thing that would give me the most joy and fun, was like just like partying like that. So really brought me to my knees, you know. I wanted to be a part of, and then I ended up by myself. Pretty crazy, right? I wanted to be a part of, so I did drugs, wanted to have connections, did drugs, have a good time with people, girls, and all that stuff. And then you like fast forward far enough in the future. Oh, I'm by myself, crying in the in a dark alley, or whatever, because I hate myself because I did mistakes after bad decisions. This is where it led me. So actually, when you go back in the rooms, you can actually have like you belong there. I belong there. All people are trying to get better. They're all people who are just trying to be able to deal with life clean and sober, to deal with life on life's terms. They're all people trying to deal with life and be better. Everybody in the room, right? So you gotta, if people don't go to any meetings and you know you're an addict or something, you gotta find something that's like can give you that, you know. And thanks again for becoming a member of the channel. See, you have a little Taurus hammer now beside your name. Taurus hammer. That's good. Anyways, all right. So let's keep reading. NA teaches us how to overcome our isolation. Through our first tentative friendships formed in our home group, we start to find that making friends isn't hard. A sense of belonging comes when we share ourselves with others. See that? The last sentence. A sense of belonging comes when we share ourselves with others. So when we open up ourselves, maybe talk about our weaknesses or defects, things we went through, things we're ashamed of, you know? And then other people are probably ashamed of things too, maybe the same things as you. And then by opening yourself up, you are opening yourself to friendship, connection, all this stuff that helps you make that strong connection and helps you like feel a part of it, helps you stay clean. So that's good. Last sentence here. Just for today, I am thankful for the friendships my higher power has given me in NA. Because of them, I am lonely no more. So if you guys didn't relate to all the meeting stuff, the NA stuff, just think of this. Being lonely is a massive trigger to act out on whatever it is that you're acting out of, right? Some people can be food, right? Some people can be food. So if they're feeling lonely, they're feeling rejected, they have a feeling of abandonment, maybe trauma from childhood, whatever, and then they really have a bad day, they're going to go home and eat ice cream by themselves, and then feel really ashamed and horrible after, or even maybe during it, right? They don't want to do that. It's kind of sad, right? So if you remove ice cream and you put alcohol, you remove alcohol and ice cream, you put cocaine or whatever, or drugs, it's all the same thing. We're all suffering. We are all acting out in different ways. Some of us the same way, right? Some of us we have the same drug of choice, whatever. But it is, sometimes, often, because we feel like we're different, not a part of, we feel lonely, we feel like we can't connect with people, we feel, loneliness. So it's a good thing to know. So it's like if you're feeling loneliness, and that triggers you to do something that's like actually hurting yourself, right? And that you're ashamed of, and that you're guilty of, it's like a toxic relationship with yourself. That's pretty much what addiction is in a sense, right? You have a toxic relationship with yourself and substances. Oh, what happened here? You guys see this? One second. Well, sorry, there's some stuff going on with my streaming program. I think it's fine now. Point. All right. I was saying yes. So the opposite of addiction is connection. I'm going to read some comments. Ian says, the best coach, thank you. And yes, I was an alcoholic for many years and now sober now for 7 months. Community and support and everything. Antoine really cares about his clients. Yeah, 7 months. I don't want to say it, Ian, because, I don't want to put you on the spot there, but it's really awesome. Proud of you, Ian. So shout out to Ian for 7 months sober. And the guy started training, ate better, got in shape. And yeah, community and support is everything, and for sure it's probably hard sometimes in the end, but like when you do something hard and then you have results afterwards, like a journey of delayed gratification, which is the opposite of addiction. Addiction, like drug addiction, is like a journey of instant gratification that gives you bad consequences later. Well, recovery and training is you suffer now in the gym and eating and discipline, and maybe like you're suffering, you really like triggered, and you're not doing drugs, you're going to bed all fucked up, but you wake up the next day proud of yourself. And then if you do that often enough, you'll have delayed gratification in the future. So you'll suffer now, you'll work hard now, and reap what you sowed in the future, a good consequence. Delayed gratification. So the journey to success is a journey of delayed gratification. And addiction, to go to rock bottom, it's a journey, sometimes a short journey of like instant gratification with bad consequences later. Right? You want to feel good now without caring about the future? This is what addiction is. Not good. Randy says, I should have sent this live to Chris. Is that your friend that we were talking about? Yeah. Randy says, love fellowship. I found some of the closest friends in the rooms. Jake says, congrats, Ian. Good job. Congrats, Ian. Randy says. And then Ryan says, thank God I made it. I had a feeling I should check YouTube. Yes, Ryan, we're kind of almost done, but we're talking now. We're just going back and forth with the chat. So, Ryan, if you have anything you want to add or talk about what you went through in the last week. Usam says, congrats, too. Ian says, thank you, everyone. And yes, delayed gratification. It's pretty cool, right? And I didn't really make that up myself. It's Katzmeyer. Katzmeyer's a big strawman guy. I bought a coffee mug from him that I liked, and he wrote on a piece of paper. He said, success is a journey of delayed gratification. I was like, holy shit, that's good. It then made me think that, like, cause I've never heard delayed gratification before him. I've only heard instant gratification, and instant gratification is the thing I'm seeking out all the time, right, as an addict. So it was kind of cool to hear that from this legendary strawman guy. And I was relating it to, it was relatable for me, to me, not just with like training stuff, but like with recovery, right? So it's really cool. So anybody else have anything to add, questions? Ryan says, I love the NA app. I downloaded because you told me to one of these. I read it just for today, every day. The gratification is huge, yeah. I'm glad you did that. Yeah, the NA app is awesome. In the NA app, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like for those that don't have it. Let me find it. So it looks like, I don't know if you see, but this one here. Boop, boop. Just for today. And then you have like the just for today here. Here. There we go. See that? We just read it. And there's also the SPAD. SPAD is another daily reading. It says here, I don't know if I can just do this. I might just share the thing. I'll just share the thing on the screen. So there's also like a section in there that you can actually go. There's like a Zoom meetings all the time, right? Always Zoom meetings. Always. And the Zoom meetings are kind of like this, but like you guys are also on the screen. It's like all of us right now in the chat would all be on Zoom, and then we go through like the process of like a real meeting with like some of the readings, and then the sharing portion is only like in the second part of the meeting, and then we would all share. But right now this is more interactive. It's like I talk like that, and then we just bounce off from one another in the chat. It's also really cool. But yeah, but there's Zoom meetings all the time. So if you don't want to go in person, actually, and you want to kind of like have a feeling of what the meetings are kind of structured like, well, one sec. This thing is I just want to find this thing here. Boom, downloads. This desktop. One sec, guys. Did it work? Did it work? There it is. Boom. Whoa. Big screen. Wow. All right, so look. So this is it. This is like if you open up the app, this is it. So you're going to have in-person meeting. So you have a list of like the meetings in person. You have the virtual meetings. Those are the Zoom meetings. NA info. I didn't click on this, but I'm guessing it's the info in the program. Just for today with the sun. That's the reading we did today. SPAD is another daily reading. Both are free, right? Ryan says, is there a way to get a notification on my phone? Yeah, it's the bell. So Ryan, there's like a bell. You go on my channel, you subscribe, and then there's like a bell button. And if you press that and your notifications are on YouTube, you'll get notified every time I post a video or go live. I think that's how it works. Yes, Ian explained it there. There should be, you can set the alarm bell, notify. As long as your phone settings also push alerts from YouTube. Yeah, it's good. Sweet, Ryan. Well, perfect. Surveys, I don't know what that is. I didn't click on that yet. Contribute is like the 7th edition. See, it's a little basket. So you can donate to the NA program. And only addicts are supposed to donate. So if you're not an addict, you don't have to donate. It's okay. But if you're an addict in recovery and in a program, it's recommended to donate some money because the NA meetings are all organized by other recovering addicts, and there's no profit made at all by anyone, right? So it's like, but we have to pay the rent. That's why we're all always end up in like basements of churches, because it's the lowest rent you can get for like an hour or two a week. Sometimes the churches will let us have it for free. Sometimes it's like $40 a month to have like so it's like you still gotta have some money, but people give like $5, $1. Sometimes I don't give anything because like I don't have cash on me, so all the time. So, but yeah, but there's no like profit made there. It's all thrown by the people in recovery. And then there's the NA website on the right. Then info on the app, and then preferences. I didn't really click. I usually just do this, like open it up, click just for today, and then when we have a SPAD, we do SPAD. That's all I do with it. And but yeah, look for this app in the App Store, and then download it. You can have it's a great little resourceful app here if you're interested in the NA program. Ryan says, did you check the Johari window yet? No, I didn't. You're right. What is that? That's what we brought up, and then you gave my wife Ashley a shout out. Yes, I did. It helps us teach us about ourselves, kind of. I'm just going to open it up here for later, so I just know. Johari window. Oh, it's a model. Okay, it's open now, Ryan, so I'll check it later. Good stuff. All right. Well, it's a good meeting so far. Gonna bring that back here because we're gonna end in a second there, unless you have anything else you want to add, Ryan. Well, what was the latest struggles you had this week? Anything you struggled with your recovery? Anything like interesting that said, like if you had to share in a meeting right now, what would you say? Or if you have nothing to say, you could probably say too, like what you're grateful for. This is how we should end this little Antoine Anonymous live stream. We're all gonna say something we're grateful about in the chat. So it says there's like 12, 14 viewers right now. 12, yeah. So I strongly suggest all of the viewers right now to say something they're grateful for. Think about it, post it. And then if you don't want to write anything, just think about it. Think about something you're grateful for. Ryan says, this week I struggled with our family event, but did okay. Yeah, you know what's funny, Ryan? I started this live stream talking about that. About like sometimes going to family event can be triggering. Ryan is grateful for his daughter. Yes, 100%. While people are thinking and typing, I'm going to say what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful, of course, I'll say my family, my son, my wife, all that stuff. But I'm grateful that I have the ability, the gift of like being able to do things like tonight. Because I have people's attention because of bodybuilding, right? My career built a little notoriety, I guess, in the fitness industry. People love the training stuff, bodybuilding. And then because I got addicted to drugs and overcoming every day, it's never done, always doing it every day. Well, I'm grateful for that too, because now I have this platform here, and I'm able to like help people, even if it's like 16 people at a time, even if it's like 1% at a time. That's the goal. And I started this live stream earlier saying that with all the crazy stuff that's like dividing in the world, right? Well, trying to get better and like finding addiction, that's something we could all have in common. And I'm going to focus on that. You know, how can I make the world a better place? By doing things like that. You know, maybe I help somebody tonight. Maybe they'll feel better. Maybe they'll remember something. And then if we do that often enough, and then we push it on other, we push the message. We just try to be kinder. We just try to be better ourselves, honestly, because it always starts with ourselves, right? Because if you're all messed up and you're doing all this self-harming addiction stuff, I mean, it's kind of hard to put good out when you're really suffering, right? So we start with ourselves, but then we can like actually start from here and then bring it out, So it's I'm grateful for that, the platform, the opportunity that it gives me to like help people, and family stuff. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Ian says, I'm grateful for that I get to wake up with a body that can function and allow me to continue to work out. Yes, it is a privilege. That's right, Ian. You got it. So when we diet and it's hard, it's a privilege to be able to choose the exact amount of food we get to eat. Some people will never get to choose enough food they want to eat, right? Randy says, I will go to bed grateful tonight for having a roof over my head and being able to provide for myself. Yes, Randy. That's very good. Jake says, thankful for the family that I have. That's awesome, Jake. Shane says, thankful for this reminder of the right path. That's right, Shane. Jesse says, still going hard at the gym, staying away from bad old life, and came here to say thanks again. What you're doing, Antoine. My pleasure. That's awesome. You're on the right path. Let's keep going there. The Daily Drift. I'm grateful for my girlfriend and the gym. The pump is a cure. That's right, buddy. And Ryan, bro, also go back and watch your older lives on the days I'm struggling. That helped a lot, bro. I showed them to my friend too. That's awesome. Yeah, I keep all these live streams are there. If you go to my live stream, like 90% of my live streams right now are just the same thumbnail, but the date is different. So you can actually choose like all the past lives, and they're all kind of similar to this. So there's a lot of good stuff being said. And but yeah, so that's awesome. Good meeting, good chat, good stream. And I'm gonna do the Serenity prayer that's been on the screen right here. And then I'm gonna close it off. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. All right. We did it, guys. We did it. Another day. Maybe another day begins for Hussam, who's insomniac. Hope you get some sleep, Hussam. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll do another one in a week. Hussam is still there. Insomniac. Oh, he gave you best regards, Taylor. Hussam from Denmark. Yeah, she says thank you, Hussam. Jesse Brown. Yes, sir. Yeah, every week. We'll try to do this every week. All right, I'll try. Maybe I'll do it during the week. There's a better turnout. So glad all you guys came. Ian, thanks for becoming a member of my YouTube channel. I think you're the first one in a long time. Randy, what's up? Nice to see you here tonight. Come back next time too. Put your bell notifications on too. Oh, Dane says wait. I'm waiting. Dane Thornton, wait. Okay, Dane, I'm waiting. Ryan wants a front bicep. I'll give you one here behind the thing. Oh, it's hidden behind the prayer. You can't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I know, Dane. Well, what you need to do, Dane, you're subscribed to the channel, I guess. There's a little notification bell button you need to press, and then you'll be notified on your phone if you have notifications on. And that way you can be a part of the next one. I think Ryan did that, or was it Jake? Somebody did. Forgot. But yeah, Dane, there'll be more of that every week. And like somebody said earlier, you can actually go watch all my past lives. Hit the bell, buddy. Come on, man, hit the bell. You'll know right away next time. It's always usually at 9 p.m. It wasn't a weekend usually, but every time I've done during the week, for some reason, I've had more viewers. I have no idea why. So I'm going to do that next time too. But he had a lot to talk about. Well, why don't you go on Instagram and send me a voice note? You got my Instagram? Post my Instagram right here. So that is my Instagram. One sec. That's my Instagram. So go on Instagram, send me a voice note. You know, tell me what's up, and I'll send one back. Maybe you know, if you need help, whatever. Maybe I can help you a little bit. I won't answer right away, but you do that. I'll find it tonight or tomorrow morning. Then I'm gonna listen to you. All right. So and then hit the bell. So next time you're part of all this, it's gonna be good. All right. Peace out, guys.